وهكذا شيخنا وسماحة الشيخ باب مسلم بكتمل وغيرهم من العلماء البارزين. الآن لا أملكم بإطالة الكلام أيها الطلبة، فعليكم أن تشاركوا في هذا المؤتمر باستماع جيد بليغ. ستقدم في هذا المؤتمر ورقات عميقة، ورقات كثير عن هذا الموضوع. وفقنا الله لما تحب وترضى، آمين يا رب العالمين. وأنخرط إلى مسؤوليتي الآن وأفتتح هذا المؤتمر بكلمة مبجلة من القرآن الكريم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Your kind attention, please. The students, those who are to register for the seminar presentation, we kindly request to approach the reception. For your attention, the students, those who are to register for the seminar presentation, please approach the reception.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على أشرف رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. ما بعد. قمت أمامكم لأن أعطي بعض الإرشادات المتعلقة بتقديم البركة. إن شاء الله عندنا وقت واسع يسعني كل شيء، أنا أظن هكذا. وعلى كل حال وعلى المقدم أن يقدم بركته في الوقت الممنوح له المحدود. وبعد تقديم بركتين يكون هناك فرصة للمناقشة، ولذا واجب عليكم أن تستمعوا إلى تقديم البركة. وأنا مرة ثانية أنا أقول بعد تقديم بركتين يكون هناك فرصة للمناقشة. واجب علينا أن نستفيد أو نستغل هذه الفرصة بتقديم الأسئلة القيمة. إن شاء الله سيجيب المقدم والمشارك لهذه الأسئلة إن شاء الله. نحن سنساعده أيضا إن شاء الله. After the presentation of two papers, there will be a chance to discuss for 5 minutes or as per the number of questions. Okay, you can start.
الآن يقدم أمامكم الطالب من دار الهدى، جامعة دار الهدى، في موضوع دور العلماء المسلمين ومساهمتهم في تنمية العلوم في كيرلا. الأخ محمد خالد خان، فليتفضل مشكورا.
لدينا 7 دقائق لتقديم البركة. بعد 7 دقائق يكون هناك درس، واجب عليكم أن توقفوا التقديم.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. أيها الحضار الكرام ورئيس هذا المؤتمر ومقدم الورق، ولا أنسى أيها المستمعون، فأرحبكم ترحيبا حارا في هذا المؤتمر المنعقد من جانب رحمانية الكلية الرحمانية العربية. فالآن أقدم ورقتي حول الموضوع دور العلماء المسلمين ومساهمتهم في تنمية العلوم في كيرلا. فقبل أن أبدأ في هذا الموضوع علينا أن نعلم الولاية في كيرلا وما هو موقعها الجغرافي في هذا الهند. كيرلا ولاية هندية مطلة على البحر العربي في الجهة الجنوبية، تتميز عن الولايات الهندية الأخرى بموقعها الجغرافي ومكانتها المرموقة في التاريخ. أرضها خصبة، أجواءها هادئة مطمئنة، وطبيعتها خضراء خلابة وتبقيها حية خضراء 44 من الأنهار الهندية التي تعتبر أرضها مناخها الطبيعية جلبت آلاف من السياح الأجانب. أهلها يدينون بأديان متنوعة ويعيشون متحابين في المودة والأخوة ومجتمع يتمتعون بالدرجة العالية في الحياة الاجتماعية والعلومية. ومن تاريخها صارت ولاية مستقلة جديدة عام 1965 حسب قرار البرلمان الهندي لتقسيم الولاية وفق اللغات المحلية، وكانت منطقتها الشمالية قبل ذلك مندمجة في الولاية مدراس التي تعرف الآن باسم تاميل نادو، فصارت المنطقة التي يتكلم أهلها لغة مليالم وولاية جديدة باسم كيرلا. والآن نبحث عن أهل كيرلا، فإن أهل كيرلا كانت كيرلا من العهد القديم مختلفة الأجناس من سكانها أصليين والمهاجرين من حوض البحر الأبيض المتوسط، ومن أهلها فارس وكلهم استوطنوا كيرلا بعد هجرتهم إليها زرافات وأدنى. ويعتبر القوم الدرافيدي أول قوم من بين الأقوام القديمة التي جاءوا إلى بلاد المنطقة ودخلوا جنوبه. محمد بن قادر عبد العزيز الكاليكوتي وتفسير القرآن الحكيم وترجمان القرآن ورسالة في حكم ترجمة القرآن تفسير القرآن وكذا وكذا. وفي الحديث فقد تطور الحديث إثر هذا تعليم القرآن وصنفوا كتبا مثل الفوائد الجلية بحديث خير البرية وخير الدارين وصحاح الشيخين الكواكب الدرية أو الحديث. والفقه مثل فتح المعين شرح قرة العين الفتاوى الأزهرية والفتاوى الهندية ومجموع الفتاوى. والشعر فأول قصيدة لأهل كيرلا تخميس البردة لقاضي أبي بكر بن رمضان الشالياتي المتوفي سنة ولم يتخلف عنها المنظمات مثل جمعية العلماء لعموم كيرلا والأسر المخدومين والفلفريين. وأختتم كلامي هناك وأشكركم لحسن استماعكم ومساعداتكم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.
For the kind attention of the delegates, the time of the presentation has been reduced to 7 minutes, and all presentations are to be in maximum 7 minutes, and after 2 presentations each you will be allowed a little time for discussion. Next, a student from Wafi campus Kaligavu, Malappuram is going to present his study on role of ulama in everyday life. We welcome Abdul Majid to the stage.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafi rasulillah wa ala alihi al-faizina biridallahi ta'ala ma ba'du. Allahumma rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Respected personalities in this dais and my dear friends. First of all, I introduce me. I am Abdul Majid from ൽ.എണ and studying now Wafi campus Kalikav in Department of Language and Literature. As we know, today we discuss about a lot of subjects, very relevant subject, and I think I also share with you a topic, the role of ulama in everyday life. First of all, I will describe about the methodology of my study, inshallah. Let's start with abstract and will wind up conclusion with solution for developing and progressing our community. Firstly, I come to my abstract. We know ulama is regarded as the scholars of Islam, and they are considered as the guardians, transmitters, and interpreters of religious knowledge of Islamic doctrine and law. But in this time, they have to do more things rather than traditional or old trend. Because of the society became change very well. Some of them understand they have no duty in this contemporary society, but they have to acknowledge the role of ulama in everyday life. They would treat people psychologically, therefore they should learn psychology. Especially in India, they have to know and realize and acknowledge the Indian polity and what are the contemporary court issues, how can they solve these problems, and they have to promote new generation to government sectors and find other solutions for protecting and saving the framework of Islam. Inshallah, I shall describe about this subject as much as possible. Firstly, I catch your kindly attention to my introduction. Primarily, I depict about the importance of knowledge in Islam under the holy verses and hadith, which are the fundamental pronouns of Islam. And I try to compare the level of education in Muslim world, past and present. Although there is a lot of educational institutions were established, there is no benefit according to the past history of our development, like Spain, Cordoba. After that, I describe about the importance of ulama in Islam and what are the responsibilities of ulama in everyday life. At last, I share with you the solutions of these issues, inshallah. Importance of knowledge in Islam. Islam encourages the knowledge everywhere because of the Holy Quran came to the world proclaiming Iqra bismi rabbikal ladhi khalaq. Read in the name of your Lord. And another verse also emphasizes waqur rabbi zidni ilma, my Lord increase me in my knowledge. Quranic verses compare between scholar and illiterate that قل هل يستوي الذين يعلمون والذين لا يعلمون. Islamic leader Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam also proclaimed that seeking knowledge is an obligation on every Muslim, which was reported by Ahmad radiyallahu anhu. If we try to comparison among Muslim world, past and present, we can find past is very better than present. We hope that Muslim world would be able to restore the glory of past Islamic civilization. The Muslim countries are obliged to achieve more progress and development and have advanced place among the countries shaping the modern civilization. Importance of ulama in Islam. Ulama are the fundamental pillars of Islam and they are the successors of prophecy. Allah describes about ulama through his holy verses. يَرْفَعِ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مِنْكُمْ وَالَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْعِلْمَ دَرَجَاتٍ. Allah will exalt those who believe among you and those who have been granted knowledge to high ranks. Another verse also illustrates about importance that شهد الله أنه لا إله إلا هو الملائكة وأولو العلم. Allah, His angel and scholars are witness that there is no Allah but Him. And He also says إنما يخشى الله من عباده العلماء. It is only those who have knowledge among the servants that fear Allah. Responsibilities of ulama. They can live in this society as role models and they realize they are the heirs of Prophet's knowledge. They will have interest to intervention in social problems and to keep harmony and respect with other communities. They should acknowledge the contemporary status of Muslims and think to solve these issues with the use of psychological experience. They have to realize the contemporary issues of India about Islam and try to treat those subjects logically, and they must lead Muslim society and guide them. If we think about the solutions we can reach in these things that lead practical life of Islam, earn more education for until our death, ensure moral education for new generation, possess government sectors for preserving our community and treat with them frankly, and they can face society psychologically and intervention in society issues logically. I would wind up my thoughts with indicating these things. May God bless us. Wa ma tawfiq illa billah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
So friends, now the venue is for the discussion and engagement. If any one of you wants to ask any question or add any suggestion or give any comments, you please now is there mic for them, for the audience? Just take to them. So you can raise your suggestion or doubts or question to the two presenters, okay? Your question need not be or should not be in Malayalam itself, in English or Arabic. You can ask question even in Malayalam, okay, if you are comfortable with that. So to begin with, let me ask a question to the second presenter. I don't know where he's. Who is? Abdul Majid. So to all presenters, you take this session, I mean especially this session of discussion and engagement purely in an academic sense. Don't take it serious, take it easy, take it as a venue to enhance your presentation skill, at least in future. Okay, so let me ask you a question. In your presentation you showed a slide in which you communicate a comparison between past and present that illustrates the rate of literacy and illiteracy of Muslim community, right? So in the slide where you show the rate of the literacy of the present community, you had a percentage of 30%, right?
Yeah.
So on what basis you made a comment that the literacy rate of Muslim community in the past was, it was the grand one, or it was more sound and profound one? What is your logic or rationale behind making such a statement?
If we think about our past civilization, we can reach their glorious places. As we know, there is no place holy, there is no relevant place or renowned place in our world which known as in Muslim name. Therefore, I compare between the illiteracy percentage with their past situation.
Okay, thank you for your reply. My point is, friends, when you show this kind of statement, you should be very accurate in your data. Otherwise, you are not supposed to make a general comment that past is more glorious than the present. If you make such a statement, you should be able to quote, or at least to give certain, bibliographical details there. Okay. So all presenters, take this session very healthy. It's not I am going to denounce what you have presented here. Take it very seriously, take it in an academic spirit. Okay. So any one of you, if you have any doubt or suggestion or question, or if you want more clarification, you can. We have limited time. Make it fast. And
I heard here in a presentation of a person that he said the importance of ulama in spreading knowledge in Kerala. I think he suggested here that the ulama from Islam is only the spreading persons of knowledge in Kerala. I think he want to clarify the spectators of this conference that what was the aim and what was the role of non-Muslim scholars who came here or who worked here for knowledge, who worked here in the area of knowledge. What was their role in spreading knowledge in Kerala?
أيها الأخ، كما اخترت موضوعي في هذا المؤتمر للبحث دور العلماء المسلمين ومساهماتهم في تنمية العلوم في كيرلا، ولذا بينت موضوعي للعلماء المسلمين كما خصصت موضوعي على المسلمين فقط فلم أتجاوز هذا الحد المسلمين إلى غير المسلمين ولذا أعفو عنك إذا وقع مني أي خطأ. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
Now, an important point to all presenters: if you are working on any topic that deal with a role of ulama or significance of knowledge in Islam or responsibility of ulama in contemporary society, please don't focus on such points. You focus on your main idea. Okay, everyone knows who is an alim, what is his responsibility, what should be, his approach and attitude towards the contemporary society. You focus on your research question. Okay, if you have, I'm not, once again I repeat, this is only for giving you more experience on academic and research papers. Okay, take it easy. Now shall we move to the, so we shall move to the next presentation. Okay,
And next, the student from Rahmaniyya Arabic College, Katameri, is going to present his study on Ba'alawis and the legacy of resistance. I kindly invite Saifuddin KB for the presentation of his seminar.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. بسم الله والحمد لله الصلاة والسلام على أشرف رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد. Honorable Chief Guest, respected teachers and my beloved chaps, today I am very glad to stand in front of you to present my paper in Ba'alawis and the legacy of resistance. First of all, I thank Allah Almighty who gave me this golden opportunity to stand in front of you. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, ala kulli hal. Without any introduction, I like to move to my topic, Ba'alawis and the legacy of resistance. Let's take a look to the resistance of Ba'alawis. First of all, I like to discuss with you what is meant by Ba'alawis and who are they. Ba'alawis are one of the most influential and popular Sayyid clans in the world. The register of family clan is situated especially in Hyderabad. We have no records on histories how or when the register of Ba'alawis in Hyderabad. But we know that the founder of Ba'alawi clan is Maulid Dawila Alawi ibn Ubaidullah. He was the founder of Ba'alawi clan in the world. History records that Sayyid families arrived in India about in 18th century, but we have the records of migration to Malabar in 16th century. The ruler of Calicut, Zamorin, gave accommodation to Sayyid families in 16th century, and he gave more opportunity to propagate or accommodate in Kerala in their propagation matters. Balavi clan is the main participants in both resistance of Kerala. Here both means I am studying this subject in two manners: colonial resistance and the religious cultural resistance of Balavis in Kerala. So here both means colonial resistance by Balavi clan and religious cultural resistance by Balavi clan. Colonial resistance. We know that we have no introduction. We don't want any introduction or description to colonial resistance in Kerala, especially in Malabar. We know that most of Malabar or Maplas fought against colonial powers and external powers with their life for the careness of their religion and their motherland. For this, the existence of Islam, they fought against colonial powers. Main leaders of anti-colonial struggle, we know that so many people who fought for freedom of our motherland and for the careness of religion, Islam, and the propagation of Islam. So many people like Ali Musliar, Kunyali Marakar, and so many etc. So many people fought against them, anti-colonial powers, against anti-colonial powers, to propagation, to care our religion and to freedom of our motherland. Here we are discussing about the Ba'alavi, the importance of Ba'alavis in this colonial struggle. The main leader of Ba'alavi clan to the freedom fight, mainly Mambram Tangal. We can't avoid him from the colonial struggle, especially in a history of Kerala. But in this country, in this time, some other people try to avoid him from the histories of Kerala in colonial struggle and the external power resistance. Mambram Tangal came from Hyderabad, and the situation of while his arrival, the situation of Kerala is very worse and very irritating. Situation was in Kerala in this time. The cultural or the culture of Janmi Kurian system is very irritated him and very angry him to and he fought against that the Janmi Kurian system, and he talked about it in every public places, and he resisted the Janmi Kurian system of Kerala. And so many people came to Islam by him and his behavior, and his culture and nature to the peoples, especially low classes. The discrimination of low class and high class is very popular in that era. So many peoples attracted to the theme of Islam in from Mambram Tangal. And he made the Mamburam as a special place of Kerala, and he made the Mamburam as a divine place. And he wrote several works for resisting colonial powers. One of that most popular works, Asif al-Batar. Asif al-Batar is the content of the book, 8 questions and 8 answers to the Muslims. And the theme of the book, what approaches want to take by a Muslim towards anti-colonial powers or against Britishers. This was the content of that book. He wrote several against colonial powers, and his works are destroyed by colonial powers with the frightness of them. They fried the frightened for, may these all works or fatwas encourage maplas to fought against them. And the next leader, Fazal Pukoy Tangal, son of Mambaram Tangal. We know that Fazal Pukoy Tangal, we don't want any introduction. Fazal Pukoy Tangal fight with his life. In world life, he resisted colonial powers, and he wrote several things against them. One of them, Uddatul Umara. And the next, religio-cultural resistance. Religio-cultural resistance, we told that while the arrival of Sayyids to Kerala, the culture and the situation of culture and religion is very worse. So he resisted. They resisted these all kinds of religio-culture discrimination in Kerala. The Alavis gave so many ideas, Sufism, and so many things to Kerala. They resist Shia ideologies also. The main participants of this resistance, Jifri Thangal, he fought against them and destroyed them ideologies. Raisa Samasta, this also happened the Ba'alavis. Here also the Ba'alavis, the hand of Ba'alavi, said Warakal Mulakoy Thangal. He proclaimed the Samasta Kerala Jami'atul Ulama. In 1920s, we know that Malabar is very conflictable and very, Maplas, all of Maplas were engaged in colonial resistance. And this time some worse ideologies came to resist this, the traditional belief of Muslims. Warakal Mulakoy Tangal came to oppose them, and he came to oppose them, and an association formed by him, Samasta Kerala Jami'atul Ulama, to resist them. Till the beginning of Samasta Kerala Jami'atul Ulama, till now the Ba'alavis are leading it. Sayyid al-Shihab Tangal, the family of Shihab Tangal leading it now, and Jifri Tangal leading it now, and all kind of Ba'alavis leading in Samasta till now. The resistance of Ba'alavis in both kind of resistance is very important, and we want to realize it. Thank you to hear me all. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
And next, the releasing of academic journal of this educational conference will be held here. We cordially invite Professor Rashid Al-Ash'ari, the Assistant Registrar of Rahmaniyya Arabic College, to release and to introduce the journal.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asrafil makhluqin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in, amma ba'd. Our respected moderators and our guests and students, I'm very happy on this fabulous occasion to address you. As we know, a new door is open to Kerala Muslims because a most relevant topic is opened here. It's the role of Kerala, the role of ulama in self-making of Kerala Muslims. It's a topic not much dealt with it before, so there's a scope for more study and research about the topic. We know that ulama are the leading power of Muslims. They are the makers of valuable and wonderful society. Here, a lot of subjects are dealt here. Different corners and nooks are discussed here. All the presenters tried their best to make it more academic and to make it more objective. So this is a collection we can rely on and we can make it as a basis for our further study. So I don't try to prolong. We have to utilize this chance. We have to make this as a footstep for our the climbing to this topic and then make this one very studied matter and then understand much about the role of ulama. I congrats everyone who tried their level best for this study and research. I conclude wa akhir da'wana an alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
And my dear audience, I ask that you give your full attention to the program and help us in welcoming the delegates from different institutions.
الآن أقدم أمامكم ورقة عن موضوع الحاج العلامة كني أحمد الشالكوتي إصلاحاته التعليمية في كتاتيب كيرلا ونشاطاته في بناء هوية مسلميها. الطالب من المركز التعليمي لجامعة ملية بملابرم أحمد صفوان وخالد مبارك، فليتفضل مشكورا.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين، أما بعد. أيها الأشخاص العظام والحضار الكرام، نحن في جلسة ثمينة. موضوعنا المختار في هذه الندوة البحثية الحاج العلامة كني أحمد الشالكوتي إصلاحاته التعليمية في كيرلا ونشاطاته في بناء هوية مسلميها. هذه الورقة البحثية تعرض عن التأثير في بناء هوية مسلمي كيرلا بحياة كن أحمد شاللغتي ومنظوراته النحلية ومساهماته الثمينة في مجال التعلم والتعليم والتأليف. ومن المفهوم لدى الجميع أن كن أحمد شاللغتي لعبت دورا بارزا في تأسيس مدارس الدينية وإصلاحاته النظم الدراسي. علامة على ذلك أنه قام بتهذيب العربية المليبارية في جميع ولاية كيرلا. أن كن أحمد شاللغتي ساهم مساهمة ملحوظة وحاول محاولة الغاية في تعيير بناء هوية مسلمي كيرلا. إن شاء الله يقدم إليكم المباحث الشريف ونقط اللطيف حول هذا الموضوع المختار صديقي أحمد صفوان إن شاء الله.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. الحاج العلامة كني أحمد الشاللغتي إصلاحاته التعليمية في كتاتب كيرلا ونشاطاته في بناء هوية مسلميها. أولا علينا أن نتعرف على كني أحمد الشاللغتي. كان من مواليد سنة 1283 هجريا الموافق ل 1856 ميلادية. وكان والده الحاج محي الدين من قبيل فتات، وأمه فاطمة بنت الحاج القصوي الشاللغتي، وكانت ماهرة نقية ومعلمة لمن حولها، تعلم من حول بيتها القرآن والتجويد وغيرها. وكان مدة تعلمه الابتدائية أولا من أمه، وبعده من الأساتذة العباقرة من الكليات الجلية مثل الباقيات الصالحات سنة تامة، وبعده في الكلية اللطيفية التي استغرقت 6 سنوات. وكان وفاته في سنة 1338 مصريا في 7 شهر صفر الموافق ل 1919 ميلادية. إن شاء الله سنقدم إليكم إصلاحاته التعليمية في الكتاتيب. كان له مساهمات كثيرة عديدة في كثير من المجال، الإصلاحات في الكتاتيب والتأسيس لحركة المدارس، وأيضا تهذيب اللغة العربية المليبارية وتهريرها. وفي الإصلاحات في الكتاتيب حينما كان عين رئيس مدرس لمدرسة دار العلوم بوايكاش، تغير اسمها من مدرسة تنمية العلوم إلى مدرسة دار العلوم. وأيضا قسم الطلاب في المدرسة إلى صفوف كثيرة، وأيضا أنشأ فيها كثيرا من النهضات الجلية، وتغير اسمها. وأيضا أنشأ منهجا دراسيا حديثا يلائم مستويات طلبة الكتاتيب، وأدخل فيها تعليم الفقه والعقائد وعلم التاريخ وعلم الطب وعلم الفلسفة وعلم الهندسية وعلم النجوم، بالإضافة إلى العلوم الأخروية فقط التي كان يعلم في المدارس. وأيضا هذا كان في مجال تجديده أسلوب التعليم. وأيضا شكل كثيرا من الطلبة الأعزاء مثل قطب محمد مسليار وكني أحمد مسليار الشرشيري وكثيرا منها ونحوها. التأسيس لحركة المدارس. كما أنكم تعرفون المدرسة لعبت دورا بارزا في بناء هوية مسلمي كيرلا، ودون منهج المدارس من كتبه الذي ألفه باللغة العربية المليبارية تلميذه العالم الفروني وأيضا هذب اللغة العربية المليبارية من غير اللغات المليبارية مثل التاميل، وله كتب عديدة في اللغة العربية لتعليم اللغة الأردوية أيضا، وكان ماهرا في اللغة الإنجليزية والعربية والأردوية وأيضا من كثير من اللغات غيرها. وفي هذا الوقت الموجز لا أريد إطالة عليكم، وكان له في عهده مناقشات حول تصحيح القبلة وغيرها. إني نشكركم شكرا جزيلا جميلا من أعماق فؤادنا، أصالة عن نفسي ونيابة عن جامعتنا. أزكى التهاني والتبريكات على حسن استماعكم، وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين، والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.
الآن يقدم أمامكم الطالب من المركز التعليمي للجامعة الملية بملبورن في موضوع تأثير كتاب عدة الأمراء والحكام وإهانة الكفرة وعبدة الأصنام في مسلم كيرلا مكافحة الاستعماريين، الأخ فيصل توكار والأخ محمد صفوان كيتي، فليتفضل مشكورا.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين، أما بعد. فرئيس المحترم وعلماء العظيم ووزار الأعزة، هذا الموضوع المختار التأثير كتاب عدة الأمراء وإهانة الكفرة وعبدة الأصنام. قد أثر العلماء المسلمين تأثيرا بالغا في التاريخ المعركة لاستقلال الهند، لقد نجحوا في استخدام المواعظ الابتدائية ضد قوات الاستعماريين. هذه الورقة البعثية تبعث عن مجال التعريف ضد المستعمرين. إن هناك كثير من كتاب علماء التي لعبت دورا بارزا لتعريف المسلمين ضد المستعمرين، ومن مقدماتها الكتاب عدة الأمراء والحكام وإهانة الكفرة وعبدة الأصنام، الذي صنف سيد فضل الفقهاء والذي ابن سيد علوي المنفرمي. أنا أختتم كلام مع التقدم إليكم المباحث الشريف النقطة اللطيف عن هذا الموضوع المختار حبيبي صفوان. السلام عليكم.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أولا قبل كل شيء أنا أترك التقدم، أنا أدخل في الموضوع تأثير كتاب عدة الأمراء والحكام وإهانة الكفرة وعبدة الأصنام في مسلمي كيرلا مكافحة الاستعماريين. إن شاء الله أنا أقدمكم تقدما. أولا حكومة الاستعماريين الذي بدأت بأيادي البرتقاليين بلغت بغايتها في القرن التاسع عشر. انتهبت قوات الاستعماريين الهنديين عبر المعركة والحرب، والمستعمريين تقدم أنفسهم لأن يختم تعليق الباعي الذي قام بالعربية في القرون والتعلق بالعربية حصل أهل كيرلا على غنى عظيم ثمينا وثقيلة. يهدف المسيحون الغريبيون الذين نزلوا حدائق الاستعمار العميق أن ينتشروا دينهم في إنحاء العالم. في هذا الوقت الموجز أنا أن أقول ترجمة المؤلف في هذا الكتاب العدة الأمراء والحكام. السيد فضل فوكايا بن كتب الزمان السيد علوي المنفرمي ولد في سنة 1822 ميلادا، وهجريا 1240، وأمه السيدة فاطمة بنت أبو بكر مدني كويلاندي. وكان شخصا عظيما صافيا تقيا نقيا زكيا ذكيا. أخذ العلم الابتدائي من هاجي القسي بن علي حسن مسليار الشالي لغتي ومن مشايخ الكثيرة. وتوفي السيد فضل فوكايا في سنة 1901. أنا أريد أن أدخل موضوعنا عدة الأمراء والحكام وإهانة الكفرة وعبدة الأصنام. قد صنف السيد فضل فوكايا كثيرا من الكتب، وهو كان أديبا عبقريا معظمها في اللغة العربية والتركية، جمهور من كتب تعلق بتعليم الإسلام ومع رسالة لتشجيع الغزو مكافحة أعداء المسلمين. ومقدمة هذه المؤلفة معتمدة على بعض العبارات المهمة من كتاب الدعوة التامة والتذكرة العامة للداعي بالقول والفعل السيد عبد الله بن علوي الهداد. وتبعث أن للعالم خير من الدعاء النفسية الدعوة الخالصة إلى الإسلام. وفي موضوعنا تأثير كتاب عدة الأمراء والحكام وإهانة الكفرة وعبدة الأصنام في مسلمي كيرلا مكافحة للاستعماريين. ولذا أنا أدخل في هذا الوقت لهذا الفصل. أنا أترك فصولات في هذه الكتاب. لغة كتاب على مجتمع كيرلا. ومعلوم لدى الجميع لعب هذا الكتاب دورا ملحوظا لتشجيع مسلمي كيرلا في المعركة على مقابلة المستعمريين الذي جرت في المليبار آخر قرن 19 ميلادي. انتشر مكتوبة هذا الكتاب في إنحاء العالم خصوصا في مليبار وخلافة العثمان. وهذا الانتشار تشير إلى مهمة وعظيمة هذا الكتاب. وأجدر بالذكر رئاسة ليس رؤساء ومعنى للمعركة مكافحة للبريطانيين في ذلك الوقت كما جرى في قرن 20. وفي ذلك العصر كان العلماء المسلمين وأخلاق الإسلام معدن التشجيع للمعركة بالنسبة للمسلمين لا سيما الساداتين. وفي هذا الوقت أنا أختتم كلامي بعد كلمة موجز بما يعرف به القاسي مع الداني أن المسلمون في ولاية كيرلا يتابعون إرشادات العلماء وإشارات الزعماء. كان العلماء يقودونهم في كل أفعالهم الشخصية وأعمالهم الاجتماعية. قدم الزمان مولى الدبيلة السيد علوي المنفرمي وابنه الجليل السيد فضل فوكويا صار جزءا لا يتجزأ من ديوان من رؤساء الأمة المسلمة. تصنيفاتهم وكتاباتهم ضربت بسهم وافر في تصوير هوية المسلمي ولاية. وبالجملة أن لكتاب عدة الأمراء والحكام وإهانة الكفرة وعبدة الأصنام ومصنفه السيد فضل فوكويا دورا بارزا في تشجيع مسلمي كيرلا على مكافحة الاستعماريين من ربوع كيرلا. علامة على ذلك أن الكتب مثل هذا الكتب ساعدت في تسهيل نيل استقلال الهند من أيادي الغريبيين. ولذا أنا أشكركم شكرا جزيلا جميلا لاستماعكم يا أصدقائنا الكرام. وأختتم كلامي مع وصية الدعاء وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
And now it is an opportunity for audience for discussion in the 3 previous topics.
السلام عليكم. هذه هي الفرصة لطرح الأسئلة حول 3 ورقات قدمت من قبل. وأنا أرجو منكم أن تستغلوا وأن تستفيدوا من هذه الفرص، وإلا لا يكون هناك أي فائدة بهذه الندوة. وعلى كل حال عندي سؤال أو عندي مشكلة. وهذه الورقات قدمت على أحسن صورة. أنا أشكركم أولا جميعكم. سؤالي حول كني أحمد تعليقات وتجديده في المدارس. كانت هذه الورقة ورقة جيدة وكان تقديمه تقديم جيد. عندي مشكلة حول أنه جدد في منهج الدراسة الحديثة. كيف كان تجديده في المناهج؟ نستطيع أن نرى في المدارس هناك مناهج كثيرة، ولكن في ذلك الزمن كيف كان تجديده. وثانيا أنه أشار إلى تصحيح القبلة. مجرد شكي هنا، هل كانت القبلة خاطئة من قبل أنه صحح بعد ذلك، أو كيف كان تصحيح القبلة؟ أنا أريد التوضيح حول هاتين المشكلتين. فليتفضل.
إني أشكرك شكرا على حسن سؤالكم. أولا كما أننا نعرف أن درس المساجد كان واضحا في أصقاء الولاية، ولكن كان علم العلوم الأخروية مثل علم التجويد بالقرآن فقط منحصرة في التعليم في الدراسة. وبعد مجيئه إلى أفعاله نشاطاته النهضية قام بإضافة إليها العلوم مثل علم الفلكي وعلم المنطقي وعلم الهندسية وغيرها. وكان هذا المنهج في دراسة بإضافته إلى هذا المنهج. ومن هذا الآية كان مجيء حركة المدارس أيضا، ولهذا كان له معارضة شديدة من علماء نفسيا من أهل السنة أيضا. والسؤال الثاني على تصحيح القبلة، كان هناك أهل العين وأهل الجهة الذين ادعوا على تعيين القبلة في صحيح الصلاة. كان هناك كثير من المساجد في كيرالا كان قد مستقبلا إلى جهة القبلة، ولكن عين وادعى أنه لازم أن يعين عين القبلة في المساجد، ولذا قام بكثير من المعارضات والمناقشات في مسجد فوليكل وفودياد وغيرها. أيضا صنف كتابا في هذا الموضوع. أظن أني أجبت سؤالكم جيدا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.
أي سؤال؟ Any question من قبل الحضار؟
Assalamu alaikum. My question to second person, I want to some points about the influence of Islamic books in rebellions, like it was the Malabar rebellions. You should prove some points about that. My question.
السلام عليكم. هناك كثير من الكتب مكافحة للمستعمرين الذي صنف العلماء المسلمين، وهناك إني نبحث في هذا الوقت في هذا الموضوع العدة العمراء والحكام وإهانة الكفرة وعبدة الأصنام، خاصة للسيد فضل فوكايا بن سيد علوي المنفرمي. وهناك كثير من الكتاب الذي أنا أقول ذلك أيضا، ولذا خاصة نحن نشارك، نحن نبحث في هذا المجلس العدة الأمراء والحكام خاصة. السلام عليكم.
See, I had a question to the present Saifo. I think you. So, the title of your paper was Ba Alavis and the Legacy of Resistance, right? Yeah, I think the question is related to this one. So, my point is, you talked on the legacy of the resistance espoused by the ulama and figures, holy figures who belong to this particular Kabila, right? So, how do you look at the stand adopted by the Ba'alawi people, especially Varakal Mullakoitangal and the later figures who hail to that particular Kabila? How do you look at to their stand towards the colonial rule after the Malabar Rebellion? I think there was just opposing stand. That there was, earlier there was an anti-imperial ambition to, the people who belong to this Ba'alawi Kabila family. But later, I mean, after 1920s, after this brutal suppression of the Malabar Rebellion, the stand adopted by Varakal Mullakoitangal was just opposite. They came to a kind of, reconciliation with the colonial rule. I think they put a stop to the resistance legacy. How do you look at that?
Assalamu alaikum. I think that is wrong, because Varakal Mullakoitangal never accept the rules or ideas of colonial or external powers, because after 1920s Malabar became more popular and more reformed in Kerala. In this condition, the earth was raised, and this moment Varakal Mullakoitangal avoid the focus on colonial powers, and he made focus on bid'at, because colonial powers may affect the motherland, but bid'at may affect in religious and Muslim culture. So he focused on the belief, and he focused on his belief and the careness of his religion. So he avoided that the matter of colonial powers, and he focused on that ideology. Otherwise, he never agree with the ideology of colonial powers.
But I think the history says something different. You have to look into the documents and records related to the formation of Samasta, and even the decisions adopted by Samasta in its earlier conferences, especially of the 1930s and during that period. Okay, because you cannot see a kind of chain of resistance towards colonial rule after the Malabar Rebellion, especially under the leadership of religious ulama, that we call religious ulama. Okay, even the so-called reformist Muslim community, led by Wakam Maulavi and other people, they also stopped that kind of violent resistance. They stopped violent resistance. Okay, so that is there. I think you have to go to that part, okay, in your further study.
Thank you.
Now shall we move on to the next one?
Next, a student from West Bengal out of Kerala, National Institute for Islamic and Contemporary Studies, affiliated to Darul Huda Islamic University, is going to present his study on the Islamic milieu of traditional learning institutions in Kerala, development and evolution. I cordially invite Sirajuddin Sheikh to the stage.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Distinguished dignitaries of this function, respect the teachers and my dear audience. This auspicious occasion where I have stood up before you to present my topic, the Islamic milieu of traditional learning institution in Kerala, development and evolution. First of all, I praise Almighty Allah who granted me this golden opportunity. Alhamdulillah ala kulli hal. However, as per the topic, the Islamic milieu of traditional learning institution in Kerala, development and evolution. We know that the Islamic world has seen enormous numbers of arts, literature, philosophy, science, technology, both by preserving and building upon the earlier tradition and by adding their new inventions and innovation. As per that, in Kerala, religious education system entering to masjid had been disseminated just after the advent of Islam itself. Islamic education was greatly influenced by the traditional Hindu elite class system like Othupalli. Teachers and preachers too had won higher status in the society. In the 19th century, various tremendous attempts were made in Kerala to reform Islam with the view of reconciling Islam with modernity. Notwithstanding with the influences of reformism in the larger quantity, the responses towards the colonialism were varying that determined the focus and nature of the religious reform among the Muslims and the religion, especially among the Kerala Muslims. And this caused the immense contribution of ulama of Kerala in self-making of Kerala Muslims. This was the topic I have to talk about you. First of all, we have to talk education system of Kerala. Today we have to talk both types, the traditional education system and the second one is modern education system. As per the traditional education system, you know, in olden days, many scholars came to Kerala from different parts of the cosmos and kicked off different ways for education such as Pali system, etc. This initiative was not initiated by these scholars only, but this was the Sunnah of Rasul. They followed the Sunnah of Rasul, that they established many masjids and started there so many classes following the traditional system of Islam. In olden days, we know that in olden days, Ahlus Sufa, the group of 40 people, they used to learn in masjid. The Prophet ﷺ used to teach them the basic knowledge of Islam, the basic studies of Islam. This was the main example of us, that they used to learn Islamic studies in Islam, in masjid. And therefore, the Kerala Muslims also followed this way and learned the Islamic studies in masjid. And we know that Islamic education system in Kerala has so many parts, the different stages there are. First of all, we will talk about the Othupalli. We know that the Othupalli is a system which is specially initiated in morning and evening madrasa in Malayalam. We know that the word second one is Darsi system. It is especially mosque contract residential learning system. And the third one is Arabic or Islamic colleges, students studying both the Islamic and material subjects in residential campus. Islamic universities are also there, such like we are from Islamic University, as affiliated to the international Islamic universities and provided research and 11 courses. So first of all, we'll talk about primary Muslim religious education system in India. These are the three one. First one is Othupalli system, the second one is Darsi system, and the third one is madrasas. Before us, the first topic is Othupalli. We know that the Othupalli is a system of education where a teacher with a numerous students used to teach the Islamic studies, especially the recitation of Quran. We know that the word Otu means recitation, Palli means masjid. Then the word means thus recitation in masjid. Okay. Then in Otu Palli, in the most of cases, Otu Palli is organized for recitation of Quran and learning of Arabic language. The second one is the system. The system of Kerala is unparalleled comparing to the anywhere, or this is major region for the most for second floor of masjid. You know that in North Indian states there is no such darsi system. Although there are so many darsi systems are there, but not as much as in Kerala. We know that in most of darsi it is affiliated in masjid or somewhere else where it has so many barka, the ni'mah, the bone, so many the benefits are there. But in our states or in our villages, districts, there are so many darsi system, but not good, not developed one. In another interesting, the other interesting feature of the system in Kerala is that the education is free to the students along with the lodging on the top floor of the building and the food from the neighborhood. We know that in most cases one student is fixed for the neighborhood, and that neighbor always takes his food, and he always in the answer of this he always goes to his home, and if any dua conference or anything is there, he will participate it there. The third one is madrasas. In Kerala, madrasa system has a big hand in moving to the education system from its pre-palace towards the modern one. In 1911, A.M. Koyame started Madanul Ulum Madrasa in Kannur. Then the modern education system, we know that there are thousands of contribution of ulama and umara. In Kerala, you know what's the main feature of Kerala? They follow the ulama and umara. In other states, in northern states, if you take a look, you couldn't say the ulama and umara each other. Sometimes if it is a madrasa, then the ulama will be only there. If something the work like society, then the umara will be only there. But it is the special feature of Kerala that the ulama and umara are always engaging each other and doing something for the people. And so many madrasas are evolution there. I mean, and both side of knowledge is there, material and spiritual. And you know that there was a sample of decline in Kerala in the time of British, that they came and established so many schools there, and people followed that and thought that this Islamic studies is at the second number, and the studies that the British has started there, this is the first one. This was the only a short glimpse of decline in Kerala. But the development that the ulama and umara has given us is the renaissance of education through the material and spiritual one. However, I thank all of you for the kind attention to my presentation. Wa akhir dawana anil hamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
الآن يقدم أمامكم ورقة عن الشيخ زين الدين مسليار الشرشيري ومساهماته، الطالب من جامعة دار الهدى الأخ محمد روح الأمين، فليتفضل مشكورا.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. أولا أقول لديكم عفوا عندي لأني لا أمكن أن أتقدم لديكم من ذريعة الشاشة. عفوا لديكم. فأولا أريد الكلام عن الشيخ زين الدين المسليار. كما أنكم تعلمون الشيخ زين الدين محمد المسليار كان عالما في ولاية كيرلا منذ الزمن الذي كان الناس محتاجين إلى علمه، لأن حياته كان مملوءة بالعلم كما كان ولادته في بيت العلم، وأنه قد اجتهد كل اجتهاده لأن يكون مفيدا للناس وأن يكون مصلحا للعالم. وكما كان ولادته في بيت علم ونشأته كان في بيت كانت مملوءة بالعلم، وكان أبوه أيضا عالما، فإنه كان يدرس في مسجد. فأولا قد ابتدأ العلم من أبيه، وهناك قد علم الفقه والتفسير والحديث، وبعده أراد أن يذهب إلى باقيات الصالحات. كما كان هو عادة لولاية كيرلا أن الناس قد أنهم سيذهبون إلى الباقيات الصالحات لدراسة العليا، فهكذا أراد هذا الشيخ أيضا أن يذهب إلى الباقيات الصالحات، لكن الحالة وكان إرادة الله غير ما كان إرادة هذا الشيخ. غير ما كان إرادة هذا الشيخ، فأنكر له أبوه أن يرحل وأن يذهب إلى هذه المدرسة. فهناك أنه قد قال له قولا عظيما، فقال أن الذين يذهبون ويرحلون للتعليم العليا إلى باقيات الصالحات سيرجعون إليك للفتاوى. فكان الحالة كذلك، كما مصداقا لحبيبه المصطفى صلى الله عليه وسلم، إن رب عدم مبعوث من الأبواس لو أقسم على الله لأبره، فكان هكذا. فأولا أريد أن أبين لديكم حياته العائلية للشيخ زين الدين المسليار. كما كان ولادته سنة 1356 و 1438 هجرية. وبعده أريد أن أبين لديكم اسمه ولقبه. وفضيلة الشيخ الجليل محمد زين الدين المسليار محمد مسليار بن زين الدين من كنغرمات بن علي الشرشيري المشهور باسم زين العلماء. وأن نسبه قد اشتهر بجد بأحمد كتي مسليار، لأن نسبه ليس كان مشهورا قبله، لأن ليست كان هناك موجود من عالم الباري الذي سيشتهر بنسبه، وأنه ونسبه أيضا يصل إلى جد جده، لأنهم ليس كانوا مشهورون من قبله. والآن مولده ونشأته وتربيته. ولد الشيخ زين الدين المسليار نور الله مرقده وقال له درهبة ونفعنا بعلمه، آمين. بمريور في مكان مريور في إقليم مالبرم من ولاية كيرلا في العشر الأوسط من شهر رجب بسنة 56 و300 وألف رحمه الله. وكما قلت مولده ونشأته وتربيته كان في بيت مملوء بالتعليم والتربية، وأنه قد وصل إلى ما وصل من العلم والتربية. والآن زوجته وأولاده. ومن المعلوم أن الشيخ زين المسليار تزوج مرأتين. أولا مريم بنت خاله محمد الحاج من أسرة كانت أيضا من أسرة حسنة، ومنها له 3 أولاد، ولد ابنين وبنت واحد، ولده عبد الرفيق وصادق، وبنته ريحانة، وزوجته الأخرى خديجة، ومنها بنته فاطمة. مذهبه وعقيدته. كان الشيخ زين الدين المسليار الشرشيري يقلد مذهب الإمام محمد بن إدريس الشافعي في مسائل الفقهية، وأنه كان الشيخ يرجح آراء الإمام النووي المعروف باسم الشافعي الثاني عند الاختلافات، وأنه كان يعتمد على كتاب الفقه فتح المعين في كل مسألته، كما كان عنده كتاب معتبر في المسائل الفقهية، وأن عقيدته كان كان عقيدة أهل السنة والجماعة، وكل وقت يخالف أهل البدعة والضلالة كالسلفية والوهابية والقاديانية وغيرها من أهل الزيغ والزندقة. فكان الناس مشتاقين إلى خطبته المثبتة عقائد أهل السنة والجماعة ببراهين ساطعة حيث تبطل عقائد أهل البدعة والضلالة بالعقل والنقل. طريقته وتصوفه. كان مريدا في طريقة القادرية، وحصل إجازتها من الشيخ زين العالم البارع علامة جان غادي باب المسليار، وهناك تزينت حياته الصوفية، وقد نال إجازة السم وراتب الحداد من الشيخ خطبي محمد مسليار، وحصل إجازة أسماء البدريين ودلائل الخيرات من الشيخ كاكاد فرام أبو بكر مسليار، وكنية أحمد مسليار الذي كان رئيس جمعية العلماء لعموم كيرله، وتوسل إلى الله المنان بأسماء البدريين. وتعلمه وطلبه للعلم، وأنه كما تعلم علمه الابتدائية من أبيه وبعده ذهب إلى شيخني فقد هناك تعلم العلم من علم الإسلامية، وأنه كان يدرس تعليم المادية، لكن بشوقه من العلم الدينية ترك العلم المادية، وأنا أرجع إلى مساهمته. وكان مساهمة التدريس، وكان مدرسا في مدرسة مختلفة. أولا كان يدرس في منطقة كوندوتي منذ سنة كثيرة، وبعده لما افتتح مدرسة في تشمال أنه قد رحل إليه ودرس هناك تدريسا جيدا. وبعده بعد وفاة أحد رئيس مؤسسة جامعة دار الهدى إمام رحل إلى جامعة دار الهدى وأقام هناك بموقعة رئيس جامعة دار الهدى الإسلامية، وكان قائدا للناس كما أنتم تعلمون. والآن أختتم كلامي. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.
Next, a student from Wafi campus, Kaligavu, Malappuram, Kerala, is going to present his study on KV Muhammad Musliar Kutanad, Contribution and Propagation in Kerala Muslims. We cordially invite Muhammad Iqbal for the presentation.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. أما بعد. Respected personalities and my beloved friends, especially our guests and teachers like that. First of all, I thank to Allah to get this golden opportunity in this circumstance. Now we are participating in Rahmaniyya College. I'm very happy to know this presenting in front of you. First of all, now we are forgetting the contributions of the scholars in Kerala, especially in this circumstance, is very important, very problematic in this time. Now we discuss now about the scholars distribution. Now, then basically so many reasons for that, but still our education system, it is a problem. They have many problems, but I'm really happy we have to be in this time that our governments, our authorities and taken measures to grade this big disease. I'm very happy to know. I'm coming to my topic, KV Muhammad Musliyar Kutanad, contribution and propagation in Kerala Muslims. We know so many persons in our Kerala, scholars contributed so many books and contribution in our Kerala, but we are forgetting that. But now I think I showing you that about Kerala, our KV Muhammad Musliyar. He was scholar, philosopher, thinker, and then renowned secretary of Samasta Kerala Jam'iyatul Ulama, and was well versed in Malayalam, in Arabic, and especially his work that Fathur Rahman, interpretation of Quran. Fathur Rahman is the masterpiece of the scholar. I'm going to that points. First of all, KV Muhammad Musliyar born 1950, Kutanad. We know the places Kutanad in Palakkad district, and was a great scholar, thinker, philosopher, and writer. So many like, and in 1955. He nominated in Mushawara of Samasta Kerala Jam'iyatul Ulama. We know. And he served as the joint secretary of Samasta Kerala in 1952. And he was president of Sunni Yuvajana Sangham in 1962. We know, as we know very well. But, that time, that circumstance, every scholars of Samasta Kerala Jam'iyatul Ulama and peoples also called him, he's a literary man. He's a literary man of the Sunni society. Our people, our scholars, everyone call him, he's a literary man of Sunni society. In Malayalam, he studied in Malayalam language very well, literary. He studied literary word of Malayalam. That time very importance for the Quranic translation. Now, second, linguistic in Malayalam and Arabic. I told you, Malayalam that time is very important for the interpretation of Quran. The misleaders, so many other peoples like Mujahid, like that person, misinterpret the Quranic words that time in Malayalam literary words. That time our Samasta Kerala Jam'iyatul Ulama, no person that time to interpret in scientifically and more fluently. That time in Samasta Kerala Jam'iyatul Ulama scholar, our KV Muhammad Musliyar coming to translate our Quran. He contribute our societies Fathur Rahman. We are studying now that in so many calls, I think in our Rahmaniyya College. And he was the editor of Sunni Times and Al-Burhan, Al-Mu'allim that time. I told you he was a very intelligent writer and intelligent personality. intelligent speech, so many like that. And that time in Kerala Muslim 1960, we know we have read in our history various types of custom and concept that time, like Mujahid. They are showing to us people, poor people, the misunderstanding of the Quranic verse like that. Then will come to our scholar K.V. Muhammad Musliyar in this society and spoke to our generation, our society. This is the Quranic interpretation correctly. That is very misinterpretation like that. And we know impact of Salafi ideology. I told you, Salafi ideology that time is very fluently in that time. And there are wrought many in interpretation of Quranic verses and influence of Malayalam language that time. Salafis and like that persons, they wrought many interpretation, many Quranic verses misunderstandingly. Then how many people, how many generation that have been reading such like that. And I told you about Fatahur Rahman 1980. He wrote our Fatahur Rahman, literary Malayalam. He describes explain about the scientifically and the psychologically and more other things in this Fatahur Rahman. We know very well in our colleges. And Islamic Publication House has published in Fatahur Rahman, and introduction wrote Tersheri Zainuddin Musliyar, and important contribution is that Fatahur Rahman, firstly masterpiece of that, and Tawheed or Hisabadhanam, and Islam and communism like that, and lost in 2000. That time is very unbelievable. That time our Kerala K.V. Muhammad Musliyar passed away in 2000 April Muharram in Edapal Mahal. We have many contributed to our society in our Kerala Muslims, so many contributions like that. The masterpiece of Fatahur Rahman. We go to that concept. We should go to that concept and his ideology. Okay, I thank you for my words to hearing this time. I conclude my word. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
And next, a student from Rahmaniyya Arabic College, Katameri, is going to present his study on the vital role of Chikilotu Kunyamad Musliyar in self-making of Kerala Muslims. We cordially invite Ashik Rahman AK to the stage.
Alhamdulillah. Salatu wassalamu ala Rasulil Kareem wa ala alihi wa suhabihi ajma'in amma ba'd. Honorable guest, teachers and my dear students, I am ahead of you to present my paper which titled The Vital Role of Chikilotu Kunyamad Musliyar in Self-Making of Kerala Muslims. Dears, now In this moment, we are in his commemoration, so I invite your total attention what I am saying about his action and thoughts which he acted in the past time. Dears, Chikalotu Kunyambada Musuliyar, who was born 1925 in the lineage of the better and the best family, which named Chikalot. I am thinking his all the peculiarities was given. His all the peculiarities, he was born in the Chikalot family. Dears, that time, according to the people who used to come the family to get the idea, to get the fatwa which they have got, that behavior, that thoughts, that idea, and Chikalot Kunyambada Musuliyar, who followed the footprint of his family and his forefathers. So he had got a lot of idea from his family, from his forefathers. The first is action. I think it is a good to begin his first action, social charity. Dears, charity is the notable peculiarities of our Chikalot Kunyambada Musuliyar. Really, that time, the people who began to see our Chikalot Kunyambada Musuliyar as a dependable person in any matter, they began to come his house and they began to approach him for all their needs. It is the first step of our Chikalot Kunyambada Musuliyar. Really, now we are thinking about his charity. Really, it is immeasurable. We cannot do such his action. This time we are thinking he is the producer of education, but we cannot call. He is a producer of education, but he is a producer of what they need of the society. So I titled in the self-making of Muslim. The Muslim people who saw him at that time, what they need, what they want to get, for all need, it was provided by our Chikalot Kunyambada Musuliyar. That God, that behavior was God from his forefathers. They led him as a good payment. It is a better. It is a idea. This idea was made him for society, and society began to see him as a ideological man. Even though he had taken the responsibility of the marriage, the women who has lost their parents, we call the orphans, and he had taken the children. They have lost their parents. First action of the Chikalot Kunyambada Musuliyar, really immeasurable one, because that time they have there in the society have any much money, but Chikalot family have much money, but Chikalot Kunyambada Musuliyar did not show any bad thoughts, but he had shown the society for the newcomers. The money should be provided for the people who have lost their parents and brothers and mothers. This is the first action of the Chikilota Kunjambat Musliyar. This is an imageable one. He thought that, he wished that to create or to make up a town which is called now Thanir Pandal. Really it is a imageable one. Now, and moreover, after the creation, after the made up the town, and next he turned his mind to the contribution of education, educational contribution. When we think educational contribution, we come to know that the first educational contribution of his the making a madrasa at the near of his house. Then we can see that there was in the Darsa system in Katameri mosque. Then the Darsa system was winded up because a lot of troubles before our forefathers. Then Chikilota Kunjam Musliyar began to think how to make a college, how to make a better study standard. Then he began to think, and then he began to look the all the opinion, especially Chapanangadi Babu Musliyar and other well-known person. Then our Rahmaniyya was established in 1972. Moreover, Rahmaniyya, it is not an institution. It is a institution which show how to lead the society, how to bring a institution under the Muslim society. Then people began to and other institutions began to see the syllabus of the Rahmaniyya. The people take the note of the Rahmaniyya, the syllabus of the Chikilota Musliyar. So we can saw the Chikilota Musliyar not only as a scholar, but also is a stereotypical one for the society. He made a lot of reformation in the Rahmaniyya, a lot of things for Rahmaniyya for the newcomers, and the newcomers began to put into practice the system which was introduced by Chikilota Kunjambat Musliyar. Moreover, the Darsa system, there was no any peculiarity of the facilities, but he had put into practice a lot of things, which was one the blackboard. There was no such that time. There was no in the Darsa system or Arabic college in the blackboard using, but Chikilota Kunjambat Musliyar had showed that the students should be use the blackboard and should be students should be sit around the hour on the bench and desk. It is the first step of the educational contribution, and he had showed how to lead, how to put into practice the best education in our society. So Chikilota Kunjambat Musliyar had dreamed the Rahmaniyya it should become as a university, inshallah. Now our Rahmaniyya as a given secular and religious knowledge which was visioned our Chikilota Kunjambat Musliyar. So inshallah, I don't like to prolong this presentation. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
My dear audience, and this is a time for discussion, and with that I ask that you give your full attention to the program on asking your doubts, questions related to the previous 4 subjects.
I have a doubt in a subject that is submitted here. A person here submitted a topic, I think, I don't know what that topic, but he delineated in his submission that a difference between religious knowledge and the material knowledge. I think, in my opinion, there is no difference between a religious and material in Islamic knowledges. I think every knowledge in Islamic view is Islamic. We know that in the older times, the people didn't study some knowledges because they don't want that. And now they are intervening in every aspect of their life, and they are going to know every knowledge. So every knowledge that is closely bounded up to the life of a person is a Islamic knowledge. So I think I am suggesting a point to that person.
Thanks for your suggestion, my brother. And I think especially you have misinterpreted the statement I have talked about. I talk about the special peculiarity of Kerala Muslims, that especially they are enacting the material and spiritual sides of knowledge. This is the special feature of Kerala. But in northern states, there is no such any culture. In school, there are only material subjects, and in madrasa, there are only the spiritual subjects. And I talk about that. That is, my point is that in Kerala, it is the only one place where the material and subject are going each other with hand in hand. That was my point. I think you have misinterpreted it.
Yeah, I don't care whether it is misinterpretation or anything else, but I have a different stand towards you, because how can you say there is no difference between Islamic religious and secular, or religious and non-religious, or religious and material. And you made a statement that every knowledge is Islamic. If you say so, you have to explain the characteristics that constitute Islamic knowledge. Otherwise, it is highly problematic. Otherwise, you can argue like that. You know, in Islam we have ulumun nafiya, ulumun ghayru nafiya, ulumun war, like that. Okay. You are not supposed to make an evasive comment like this, that there is no difference between. There is difference. And all this difference doesn't mean that there should be a clear-cut line between Islamic and non-Islamic. Rather, it's actually different approach towards knowledge. Okay, it's different approach. We had great mathematicians who were also well versed in discipline of Quran, discipline branches of knowledge of Quran and Hadith literature. We had. So approach matters. So this difference doesn't mean that all Muslims are supposed to or obliged to gain only or attain only religious education. They are obliged to avoid seeking non-religious education. That's not the point. Point is in terms of your approach towards the knowledge or the education, whatever it is. Okay, I think I'm clear in my points.
السلام عليكم. إني أريد أن أسأل عن ورقتي في موضوع جرشيد زين المسليات. بأي سبب انتقل شيخنا جرشيد زين المسليات من مدارس المساجد إلى جامعة دار الهدى؟ ماذا كانت خلفية هذه الانتقال؟
كان سبب الانتقال أن مؤسسة جامعة دار الهدى كما بينت هناك من بشير مسلير أن بعد وفاته قد قال مؤسسة جامعة دار الهدى أن يذهب وأن ينتقل إلى جامعة دار الهدى وأن يقوده إلى قيادة حسنة.
جزاك الله أحسن الجزاء.
See, I think we will move on to the next remaining presentations. Problem is we are actually, facing the problem of lack of time, right? Is there anyone you have? So otherwise, all remaining questions would be, raised towards the end of the session. Okay. We have to maintain the time. Now you can. This is the last one in this session. Okay.
My question is to our neighbor state student, neighbor Sheikh. What was your name, please? Siraj. He told there was a systematic education system. There was an education system in Kerala by the Umara and Ulama. My question is, there are a massive human resource of Muslims in our neighbor states like UP and his state Bihar. There are so many ulama and umara, and why we can't see a education system like Kerala in those states? Although they were ruled by Mughal emperors and like so many emperors. So my question is, do you have any solution to this crisis? And do you have any conclusion to this paper?
As per my presentation, I talk about that the combination of ulama and umara in Kerala is also a main feature in making Kerala a good state. But in other states, especially in North state, it is a problem. It is a great problem that they are not combining each other, or they don't want to work each other. I think it is because of that they are self-esteem. They are making. They thought that if they go in madrasa, then it wouldn't better, and if they work for in madrasa, then their knowledge or what they have would go in vain, and therefore they are not following that way, that they have to do something for madrasa, or they have to go somewhere for madrasa. And as per the ulama are only engaging in the Islamic studies. They don't think that the students those are studying there, they don't think that the students should also take the material knowledge also, because they think that the knowledge of akhirah, I mean the Islamic studies, is the only language Muslim has to take. But it is not clear, because in this modern era, if anyone wants to live, then he also needs the modern education also. And when this concept of ulama and umara when changes, then the condition can be also changed.
It is the real problem, and I asking you the solution which put forth by you. Whether you will be a scholar after here.
Of course I will be a scholar. As per my ambition, I would like to be a speaker, especially in both sides, the material and spiritual one. Therefore I am also studying the English language and the Arabic also. And I think we, the students also, those are sitting here, will inshallah serve the ummah along with their ambition, whatever it is.
Thank you. Wafaqakallah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Next, students from Al-Qazi Kunyasan Musliar Islamic Academy, Kapat. are going to present their study on public space access and scholarly accuracy, gendered commitments of Kerala ulama. We invite Farhatullah K and Muhsin Shamnad CK to the stage.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. And it is my great privilege to co-present here with my counterpart Muhsin Shamnad on public space access and scholarly accuracy, gendered commitments of Kerala ulama. And I am here to present a gist of the subject or the principal core of this subject. And you can hear the details of that from my counterpart Muhsin Shamnad. So you know that the main argument we are putting forward is that the Samasta has not an extra textual ethical commitments. I mean that they interpreted and they faced all the allegations that have been criticized by that within the framework of Islamic texts, and they didn't go beyond that texts. They limited in the framework of budget. But their counterparts like Mujahid and Jamaat, they sometimes neglected the subject, and they have an extra textual ethical commitments. And the scholarly accuracy, the term which is present in our topic, that the scholarly accuracy, I mean, it is proposed by the Buddhist scholar Rita Gross, a feminist who attracted and fascinated Mrs. Sadia Sheikh, the professor of Cape Town University in South Africa. And she put forward the term that the scholarly accuracy is the ability of a ulama or of a scholar to identify or recognize the hegemonic and the instrumental readings and many hidden agendas behind the allegations for the gender equality and beyond, and after that the gender egalitarianism. And the public access mainly encompasses on the women education and women's entrance to the politics and like that. So for your convenience, with the permission of our chair, I invite my counterpart Muhsin Shamnad for the detailed presentation. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Good morning everyone. Honorable Chair and my counterparts, as he noted our issue, public space access and scholarly accuracy, gendered commitment of Kerala ulama. Let me enter to the topic. In case of Samasta, there are some allegations that Samasta harnessed women education through its purported decrees in a sense that Samasta took a stance that women must be relegated into the domestic space in the 4th anniversary of the religious institution held at Manarkad on 16th of March 1913. Samasta traditionally has not been overdrive and hyperactive into an extent of issuing its independent opinion, and the gender issues were also an exception. The stance was to curtail the obscene relationship the woman might have with an strange man, and the prohibition of their stay at upstairs was also aimed at such protection as part of a contingency which was impelled by a contemporary social scenario. Samasta justifies that the summit just analyzed the counterproductive backfire of women education and their access to public sphere and concluded with the stance of Ibn Hajar. The first women educational institution came into existence in the ground of Paravana Meeting Kuti Musliar, the senior most leader of Samasta. Modern Kerala society overcame Tina factor, putting colleges of religious and materials combined education into extents which gag on the Orientalist arguments and viewpoints. And responding to need, our female versions of Arabic college emerged when women depended on Afzalul Ulama course in order to acquire religious education. Afzalul Ulama, which includes preliminary of 2 years and degree of 3 years and selected parts of hadith and tafsir and jurisprudence, Arabic grammar and English, started in the 1918 and later limited into just an Arabic course, and due to scholarly engagement it came under the aided college. Realizing that dearth of opportunities for women education, Katameri Musliyar initiated to establish Banat College under the Darun Najat at Karwarakund. Its curriculum included many kitabs as well, contrary to Afzalul Ulama. Another initiative was Shariat College Chalari, syllabus of which was that of Afzalul Ulama, and it is felt to mobilize the society due to aversion of mass towards women education and the resulting public access. And the Fatima Zahra College established in the 16th May 1992 under the agency of Bahauddin Nadivi and the Ustad Babuti Haji and the Atipata Moidin Kuti Musliyar. This latter was merged to Darul Huda Islamic University, coordination of Islamic College, which latter known to be Wafiya, initiated by Abdul Hakim Faizi and Zakaria Zainiya and Nafisatul Misriya, are also example for ulama engagement in the Muslim women's education. Next, I read a piece of the New Indian Express. Samasta Kerala Jamiatul Ulama, known as the EK Sunnis, on Wednesday rejected gender equality and said difference between the male and female is visible in the creation itself. The unnecessary controversy is a conspiracy to destroy Islam. It is Mushawara said in their statement. Islam lifted women's status at a time when girls were buried alive. Islam has imposed restrictions on women for their safety. They are free within this moral framework, Samasta said. The kind of safetyism is in a sense that the domesticity of women was with a view to their safety. In Kerala, where 15% seats and position in local self-government institutions are reserved for women, and where hundreds of Muslim women are contesting in the current civil poll prominent. Sunni scholar orator, namely Simsal Haq Udavi, has pushed Muslim outfits into confusion by issuing a requirement that women's entry into politics and election battles is haram before Allah according to Islam. However, leaders of several women's Muslim organizations refuse to view Udavi's argument seriously. Priestess have issued such requirement from time to time. The Muslim community won't accept such viewpoints, said P. Ruxana, state president of the Girls Islamic Organization. In case of other counterparts like Jamaat al-Islami and the Mujahid, the souvenir of the 7th state level summit of Mujahid held at Wayanad chronicles the degree he issued in Fatwa Islamiyya that when he was asked whether women have to study chemistry, physics and such mundane disciplines, he responded that only what is necessary is allowed. In brief, Samasta traditionally has not been overdrive and hyperactive into an extent of issuing its independent opinions, and the gender issue were also no any exception. They, as per the need of how responded to any provocation issues
premised on the expanding readings of juristic texts and scriptures rather than extra textual ethical commandments. Considering that the foreground context of summit means that the decision was to a particular issue that cannot be generalized through a single axis view. In brief, the Samasta has not extra literature commitment, but the other counterparts like Mujahid and Jamaat al-Islami have an extra textuals and political commitments. Thanks for all. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Next, a student from Bustan al-Ulum Arabic College, Maniur, Kannur, is going to present his study on ulama in the era of new media. We cordially invite Muhammad Faiz KRM to the stage. To the kind attention of the delegates, we request you to keep the time of presentation, maximum 7 minutes.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Bismillah walhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in amma ba'd. Honorable moderators, respected teachers and my beloved friends, in this auspicious moment, I am extremely happy to join with you. This time, I am elaborating on the topic ulama in the era of new media. I am in very pleasure to be a part of this conference. First off, I thank Allah who bestowed this golden opportunity, who is the Lord of universe. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, kulli hal. Dear brothers, we are living in a world which was imbibed by day by day by ultra modern technology. So first off, I am talking on this topic ulama in the era of new media. Two things: why new media and how new media. Why new media? It means why the ulama use or utilize the media for the Islamic propagation. And the second one, how new media. It means how the ulama use or utilize media for the Islamic propagation. For first up, I am speaking about why new media. It is a fact, if you look to Islamic history, we can see there are 125,000 of prophets. They all propagate the society with different types. The Prophet Musa, peace be upon him, he used as his propagation methodology magic, because his society was very excellent and very brilliant in magic. The Prophet Isa, peace be upon him, he used as his propagation methodology unbelievable medical treatment. And the last Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he used as his propagation methodology literature, because his society was very excellent and very brilliant in literature. He challenged them by his holy Quran. Today the Islamic propagation was changed. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he opened the possibilities of communication and documentation in 14th century. He opened the possibility of documentation by entrusting his companion Zayd bin Sabit to record his Quran. And he opened the possibility of communication by sending his emissaries to other countries with his propagation letter. Today, the Islamic propagation was changed from speeches to academic talks, inspiring talks, online videos, images, online studies, and interfaith dialogue. We can see in Western countries like Ahmad Didat, Hamza Yusuf, Hamid Ali Jifri, Hakim al-Murad, And there are many imams, they propagating by conducting online classes, online studies and debates. In India, the Dr. Zakir Naik, he is a remarkable person in this propagation field. According to a new survey that it indicates in 1995, there is only 1% of world population using the internet. But today, it is belonging to 40% of the world population. Today, there are many sources, many types of sources for new media. Wikipedia is an encyclopedia. It's an example of a good example of new media. Internet, WhatsApp, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, Twitter. These are all belong to this new media category. We can teach or post our messages, our videos, our images, our expression on the Islamic thoughts and Islamic ideological arguments. How new media? How new media? First off, I am talking, it is our duty as an ulama, as a scholar, it is our duty, as our responsibility to that. Today, many Orientalists and Islamic enemies, they are trying to misunderstand Islam, Islamic thoughts and Islamic logical arguments. They started many sayings by misunderstanding Islam. Qadianism are main in them. So we enter to that place. And fill up and input our own the real Islamic data on internet sources. Because today the people not prepared to buy books, but all are looking at internet sources. Today in Kerala, there are many possibilities of e-propagation. We can say in Kerala, the Jalil Tasheri, he started the WAI online site and he had added many of articles with related to Islamic points. There are many other sites in Kerala. Islam Online is a great Islamic import which started in last year, made a high growth in estimation of people. Islamic Research Foundation, it was controlled by under the Dr. Zakir Naik. He also gave many online studies, online videos, online debates. So here I am suggesting some instructions to practice in future Islamic digital words, such that are a center for Sunni Jamaat to unify the all projects and programs. It helps to modify the project, to amend the problems and to put attention in more intervened fields. Organize a wing of technocrats. Under the Samasta and SKSF, there are many technocrats. So we use their intellectual technocrats. So we encourage them by conducting workshops for them. Limited propaganda of conferences on social media. By this we can earn many money, many time and many works. Use WhatsApp groups scientifically. Today there are many groups only for sharing Islamic speeches. Endless technical teams to build mobile apps, build game applications, give knowledge and happiness for kids, and logical applications which the pupil can complete their doubts and confusions. SKSF stores are role model by creating can complete their doubts and confuses many other apps in Samarkand. So just continue it. All academic institutions be prepared to conduct online courses following Western models, because that the online classes in Western countries are more effective. Today Islamic Malayalam books are very rare in online store. We must try prevention for that, because in digitalized modern era the pupil doesn't try to read book by buying from shops. So as an ulama, as a scholar, we don't do that. We will be questioned. Sure, it will be questioned. Sure, I don't want to prolong my speech. I conclude here. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Next, a student from Rahmaniyya Arabic College, Katameri, is going to present his study on
Katameri and Babu Musliar contribution to Muslim community, we cordially invite Muhammad Mustaq to the stage.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in, amma ba'd. Honorable chief guest of this esteemed occasion, respected teachers and my beloved friends, I'm not glad to present my seminar in before you on the topic Katameri and Babu Musliar contributions to Muslim community. First of all, I praise the Almighty Allah who bestowed me this golden chance. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah ala kulli hal. My dears, today we are gathered here in the great occasion of state level educational conference conducted by the Rahmaniyya Arabic College, in which I would like to discuss about my former principal Katameri and Babu Musliar and his contributions. As I completed my work by including his life and milieu. At first, Katameri and Babu Musliar was an Islamic propagator and also a multifaceted genius with multi-vision mission activities, preferring Samasta as the highway to the glory of success. He also did many contributions, such as we can see that his contributions to Samasta Kerala Jamiatul Ulama, Rahmaniyya Arabic College, Kerala Hajj Committee, Suprabhata newspaper, and also MA Engineering and so on. So it's necessary to learn the livelihood of his contributions and his contribution briefly. First of all, let's take a look onto his life and milieu. As if he was born on February 10, 1952, he was born as a son of Katameri Abu Bakr Musliar and also Moringal Fatima. His tradition reached to the great leader of Samasta Kerala Jamiatul Ulama, Maulana Abdul Ali Komu Musliar, and also he worked several, Maulana Abdul Komu Musliar also worked several contributions in the Samasta Kerala Jamiatul Ulama. Moving on to his study education, first of all he learned from his own father, Katameri Abu Bakr Musliar, and then he went to several colleges and also several others which are included in my work. He completed his studies in Patikat Jamia Nuria in 1975 and gained the title Faizi. And also, his teachings to the Muslim community. After having the degree, Katameri Babu Musliar had taught in many centers such as Aripura Vellur Juma Masjid, Nandi Darussalam, and at last in Rahmaniyya Arabic College, Katameri. His teaching skill was excellent because when he was studying in the final year of Patikat Jamia Nuria, he taught several junior students of his college, where they came to him by the understanding manner of his class. And next, he was a writer where he wrote several articles. He wrote articles on two spheres of his activities, in which I have included several selected one in my work. Next, we are going to the main point where his social service in different fields are given to the Muslim community. First of all, Katameri and Babu Musliar was described as a social engineer in the public without taking any degrees in the social engineering. His service to people was in different field. As if in Rahmaniyya Arabic College, Katameri. He came to Rahmaniyya Arabic College, Katameri on behalf of his father's recommendation. And there he did several developments in the college and also gave several facilities to the students. In his long voyage in Rahmaniyya, he made many contributions for Muslim community. He also changed the system of the Rahmaniyya Arabic College with the support of M.M. Bashir Musliar, who is known as the master brain of Samasta Kerala Jamiatul Ulama. He also came with several projects that will lead to Rahmaniyya peacefully. It includes the Bellar Pardon project, which is on progress. And next, he was a guide of Students Association Busa. He promoted every single programs kept in the college by the Busa. And also, he supported them all. And then in Samasta, he mainly served the Samasta Kerala Jamiatul Ulama, which is the organization of Ahlus Sunnah Wal-Jama, started in 1921, at the time when the Islam modifiers rose in Kerala. It contains a lot of Islamic scholars who led the Muslim community in the right path, in which Bapu Ustad's history about becoming an acceptable person in public was through this Samasta Kerala Jamiatul Ulama. As we all know, he was enforced to serve in public because the government judiciary take a wrong decision. Samasta told Bapu Ustad to react against it, so he was enforced to undertake some leadership in the public also. And also he had several positions in Samasta Kerala Jamiatul Ulama, which are described in my work. And then in Hajj committee, he served in Hajj committee for about 2012, and from 2012 to 2015, in between his period, he had done many contributions to the Muslim community. He worked for the benefits of Hajjis in their voyage. He didn't work as the chairman of Hajj committee, but he worked as a volunteer in between the people. And also next, his contribution in MEA Engineering College, in making the MEA Engineering College, where when the Samasta made many programs for the welfare of Muslim community. After all, Samasta required an institution working under it, as if it is a medical college or any other. So, after some problems, and he was taken as the charge of MEA Engineering College. So, I have completed by adding his role in the Suprabhadam, where the Samasta Kerala Jamiatul Ulama's one and only media direction. He struggled more for the success of Suprabhadam, in which we can understand by the famous journalist Mr. A. Sajivan's word. I thought that Islamic scholars are very strict. They don't have any attention towards modern technologies. But here, a communal leader uses the modern technologies to publish a newspaper. I felt respect on him. This made me to take decision to work in Suprabhadam without wasting any time. So, I concluded my work by adding his last minutes. As if he was a great leader, he had many diseases. But the people did not understand because he was working like an energetic person. As if he was admitted in the hospital, he went to a Shariat protection rally held in Malappuram. And at last, in 2017, he left his last breath by completing his responsibility of his family before 3 months, and also he selected a place to be buried, and Bapu Ustad passed away from this world by reciting the Kalima. Through this personality, we can understand the ulama contributions in mainly to the Muslim community. So, it is necessary to learn about his livelihood and his contributions briefly. It is described in my work. I pray that may this exemplary life illuminate the coming generation. At last, thanks for all for giving this kind attention to me, and also who supported me and the dignitaries. So thanks to one and all. I conclude my presentation. Wa akhir da'wana anil hamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Next, a student from Darul Huda Islamic University is going to present his study on E.K. Abu Bakr Musliya's contribution and encouragement of true Islamic ordinances. Cordially invite Fazail Ahmad to the stage.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen wal aqibatu lil muttaqin was salatu was salamu ala ashrafil makhluqin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in amma ba'd. Qala Allah ta'ala fil Qur'anil Kareem wa man yabtaghi ghayra al-islami dinan falan yuqbala minhu. Sadaqallahu al-aliyyul azim. Sadaqa rasuluhu an-nabiyul kareem wa nahnu ala dhalika min ash-shahidin wash-shakirin walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Genuflected chairpersons and audible audiences. In this specious occasion, I would like to thank Almighty Allah, exalt and glorify Him from the depth of my heart to give me this opportunity to present my paper on the very timely topic, E.K. Abu Bakr Musliya's contributions and encouragement of true Islamic ordinances. E.K. Abu Bakr Musliya's contributions and encouragement of true Islamic ordinances. So, before making a direct entry to my topic, let's have a cursory glance at the abstract. Ever since the shafts of Islam touched the surface of the dazzling cosmos, myriads of scholars took their birth to promulgate Islamic ordinances destroying various dictums and dogmas related to Shiaism and Wahhabism. The term Islam has been and still continues to be the mostly discussed subject, profoundly targeted from different territories of the universe for several individuals, and is tremendously misunderstood and generally translated as the religion fostering terrorism and fanatism. This high-rated personality, E.K. Abu Bakr Musliya, made colossal attempt to exercise and obliterate a variety of misconceptions and false notions encouraged by Wahhabi scholars anti-Islam. He also delivered moving speeches on a range of subjects. He spent a big span of his time debating with Wahhabi scholars. This paper is a humble endeavor that tends to expatiate on contributions of E.K. Abu Bakr Musliya in different realms. The present paper will also have a special focus on remarkable works and of his tenderness towards people. At the end of this article, I will vindicate him as the most successful scholar of his epoch, and nobody would be able to refute the fact that he was the most sophisticated personalities of his time. Introduction. Whenever the discourses on any pertinent issues are expatiated, first and foremost thing that becomes mandatory for the authors to confer, for the authors of the individuals to do is that to well versed with the topic they are going to about. We the Muslim believe that there is no Lord except Allah, the omnipotent and the omnipresent. Allah says in His Holy Quran, وَمَنْ يَبْتَغِي غَيْرَ الْإِسْلَامِ دِينًا فَلَنْ يُقْبَلَ مِنْهُ. This verse basically means that according to the English translation of Holy Quran, Shah Faridul Haq, that this simply means, and whoso will desire for a religion other than Islam, that shall never be accepted for him, and in the day of next world, he shall be among the losers. E.K. Abu Bakr Musliya, brief life sketch. Born 1914, died 1916, place Pramandi Kadavu, title is Son Among the Scholars, religion Islam, nationality India, place Kerala, early life. Shamsul Ulema was born to a Yemeni family in the east of the city of Kozhikode in the village of Paramali Kadavu in 1914. He tied the knot with Fatima, the daughter of the distinguished intellectual Ali Kutti Abu Bakr. Shamsul Ulema grew up a student in Kudavi. He received from primary education from his father. He learned the basics of Arabic. He went on to study to the school of Katahara, 19 kilometers away from the place he lived. His teachers. He was enlightened by so many individuals, he was enlightened by so many scholars. There are seven of them who mark their ascendancy in various branches of knowledge, such as geography and epistemology, ontology, and Mahrum Kutti, Muhammad Musliar, Abdul Qadir Faswari, Kinyat Ahmad Musliar, Ahmad Koya Shaliyat, Sheikh Abdul Rahman Hazrat, and Sheikh Adnan Hazrat. He received numerous degrees in Islamic studies. Contributions. First of them is miracles. Shamsul Ulema claims to have performed miracles. A few of them is being exemplified below. A youth called Abdul Rahman was suggested by great physicians to have an operation. He was then terrified and was sad about his deteriorated health. Then he made his way towards the tomb of Shamsul Ulema and prayed for his recovery. After some days, he was apprised by the doctors to have a good health. Praying to Allah through the seeking the assistance of this man and telling this name Shamsul Ulema, that led him towards the recovery and out of danger. Sayyid Jibri Mutu Koya said, whenever I found myself in jeopardy or was expected to face any source of difficulties and traumas or problems, I would take a visit to the tomb of Shamsul Ulema and that would find solution. Debating with Mujahideen and Wahhabi scholars. This was one of the when Wahhabi scholars made their market their tendencies towards the and interfered and fostered extremism and various dogmas that was against Islam. Then this highlighted personality came forward and exercised all the misconceptions and dogmas which were being spread by these Wahhabi scholars. Serving as SKJU, Samasta Kerala Jamiyatul Ulama Secretary. Here are some names which have been appointed as the president of this sophisticated organization. General Secretaries, touching speeches. He was one of the greatest orator of his time, and nobody can refute the fact. He was whenever he was going to celebrate, whenever he was going to participate in any conferences, so many people would gather and flock together and come under the canopy of mandap and would listen to him. His major works are Qadiani Ghantam, and second one is Risalatul Arwatil Munasabatil fil Bayanil Awqati wal Qibla. Third one is Khutbatul Jumu'ah. Eminent pupils: Sayyid Abdul Rahman Az-Zahrawi, Ziyauddin Kutti Musliyar. Demise. He was afflicted with a dire poor health and his physical condition was increasingly deteriorating day by day. He was then admitted to the hospital of Fatima Hospital on August 1996, year of 1996, and next day this celebrity peers migrated to the next world, leaving an indelible imprint and a void that should not be filled again. Conclusion. To bring to a close, it would not be hyperbole or exaggeration to elaborate that E.K. Abu Bakr Muslim was the greatest and most celebrated scholar of his epoch. He was the only one individual to handle and solve the traumas and was his countrymen were suffering from these meanings and dimensions. We get that when there was a gloomy atmosphere of dark clouds, injustice and oppression of all over the region, there shone on the horizon a promising hand, and this was the Shamsul Ulema, who lifted Muslim community from the deep abyss of ignorance to the enlargement of peak and pinnacle of success and educational growth. Thanks a lot for your rapt attention. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you for the presenters, those who presented their seminar, their studies, and at last, the moderation of the program, of the presentations. We invite Professor Abdul Nasser, who is the Assistant Professor of Government College Kasaragod, and Mr. Abdul Samad, PhD Research Scholar, Department of English and Comparative Literature, Central University of Kerala, Kasaragod, for the moderation. And with that, I ask the audience that you give your full attention to the program and help us for welcoming those moderators.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على أشرف رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ما بعد أحمد الله عز وجل أولا وثانيا أنا أشكر الذين قاموا بعقد هذه الندوة خاصة الأستاذ الشبير والأستاذ فجر الدين الرحماني وثالثا أنا أشكر جميع من قدموا الورقة في هذه الندوة المباركة الميمونة. إن المشاركين جميعهم قدموا مقالتهم بصورة جيدة وبميزة حسنة. وعلى كل حال أن موضوعنا مساهمة العلماء ودورهم في تكوين أو في بناء هوية المسلمين في كيرلا. هذه هي عنواننا، هذا هو عنواننا. إذا نقدم أي ورقة واجب علينا أن تعدل الورقة لهذا الموضوع المهم. هذه هي الهوية. ما هي الهوية؟ هو شخصية فرد. ما هو؟ هذا هو هوية. أي إذا قدمنا ورقة واجب علينا أن يكون هناك تعليق مباشر أو غير مباشر بهذا الموضوع المهم، وإلا لا يكون هناك، لا نستطيع أن نقول أن هذا الموضوع موضوع ذات صلة بهذا الموضوع المهم. وكذا هناك بعض المعاشرة المجاملة. إذا دق الجرس في الوقت المحدد واجب علينا أن نختتم، وإلا نحن نخالف المعاشرة أو الأسوة الحسنة. هذا ليس بصحيح. وأخيرا أنا أقول ليس عندنا وقت كاف. إن العلماء وهم الذين قاموا ببناء هوية خاصة لمسلمي كيرلا. هذه الهوية لا نستطيع أن نرى في الولايات الأخرى أو خارج ولاياتنا، لا نستطيع أن نراها، لأنهم خاصة واجب علينا أن نشير في هذا الطور أو في هذه الندوة اسم الأستاذ إمام بشير. هو الذي حاول وساهم وقام بدور كبير لبناء هوية المسلمين في أهل كيرلا بجمع المعلومات الدينية والدنيوية. وإن كان هناك خلاف بين المقدمين والحضار، أنه هو الذي جمع هذه المعلومات أو العلوم الدنيوية والدينية في مدارس الإسلامية أو في الكليات والجامعات الإسلامية. ولذا واجب علينا أن نشير إلى اسمه وأن نقدسه وأن نحترمه وأن نعترفه بكل الاعتراف. ليس عندنا وقت كاف، ولذا أنا أختتم وأنا أشكر الجميع. شكرا لحسن استماعكم، والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Since we are already running out of time, I am avoiding all formalities, and this moderation is supposed to get as a feedback to the presenters, but already almost all presenters have left, I think. So anyway, I respect your presence, and I have some scribblings with you in terms of the entire presentation that took place here. So let me be very clear and very short. So, when you take an initiative to discuss a topic like this, a topic that deal with the role and contribution of ulama community in a state like Kerala, you have to be very careful in choosing your topic. Please avoid giving too much importance to the biographical details, okay, that you leave for the audience. You should have that baggage with you, but you need not to present them, okay, since you are getting only 10 minutes, okay. Then your articulation should be mainly focusing on the ideas or the contribution or certain things that have been done by these figures or the ulama, but you have to be very specific in choosing the time span. Why so and so? Why E.K. Abubakar Musliar? Why Chikalota Kunyamad Musliar is more specific and more important in this area or in this period? You have to be very specific in that point. Otherwise, you need not to give the all biographical. He was born on that date. He died on that date. He married this woman. You need not to give that one. Put it differently. You give focus to what is their academic contribution or intellectual contribution. How that is different from others. How that is more important in his contemporary period. Okay, focus on that. Now, always remember, language never make any difference between the academic presentation and a general lecture that we call wow. Okay, language never makes a difference. The only difference is your approach, your academic endeavor that you spent, that you devoted for this particular work. That matters more. Okay, please don't believe that your paper is a research paper since you are doing that in English. Never believe that. Okay, it would become an academic work if you are working on a research question. If you should have an argument, if you have a research methodology or methodological framework on which you are depending your paper. Okay, so take it in that way. Never believe that I am completely castigating all your effort. Never. I really appreciate your efforts, but still this is a kind of suggestion from a friend. Take it in that sense. Okay. Then another one, in your academic presentation, please avoid all formalities like Assalamu alaikum, Bismillah, all this. You avoid all that. You have only 10 minutes. Come to the topic directly. Okay. Then, try to enlighten the audience. Try to enlighten or try to communicate to the audience what is the research question and what is your argument and what are the sources you are taking for your study. Then in terms of your PPT, some of you have made it very wonderful using a lot of slideshows. Please avoid that. It should be as clear as it is easily communicative to the audience. Avoid all those slideshows and all. And always remember, a seminar or an academic conference
Be Islamic
is
on your
not
browsing.
supposed to be finding out
Spiritualize
certain
all of your
solution.
clicks.
I think some of the audience also gave that kind of question. What is your
HelloSunnahOnline.com
solution?
opens the
This
way
is not
to
going to
Islam
be a
with just a
solution.
finger touch.
This is not going to be a session for giving
The
solutions.
worldwide
This is
Islamic
only
online
meant to
magazine.
raise a lot of questions,
Numerous
to
updates
raise a lot
waiting
of
for
doubts,
you. Islam,
in order to accelerate
history,
your growth, your
world
enthusiasm, your interest towards
debates,
learning and unlearning, doing
researches,
and undoing a lot of things
general,
in the past. With these words,
and a lot
I
of
conclude.
additional windows.
Of course, I must thank the
Hidayah
organizers of
Online
this wonderful
helps
session,
you to choose
and
the
also
straight
I
way.
appreciate all the presenters who
Hikmah Online.
presented the papers here, and I also appreciate all the audience for their healthy interventions. Thank you. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamu alaikum.
Oshara Online enriches your family through wisdom. Musafir Online for travelogues and fruitful experiences. Movaja Online, the special window for interest. HelloSunnah.com, heavenly ride through wisdom. Click www.HelloSunnahOnline.com.
Heartful gratitudes to those who cooperated with us to make this gathering as a wonderful event, and those who moderated and came as chief guests of this fantastic event. Then those who participated and presented their valuable papers to this state level educational conference, and those who took the splendid effort for the wonderful event, and for all audience for your best cooperation with us. أوصيكم بالشكر الجزيل من صميم قلبي على حسن مشاركتكم في هذه الحفلة العطرة. يختتم هذا المؤتمر التربوي على مستوى الولاية بالصلوات الثلاث على النبي المصطفى محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. صلى الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. صلى الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد يا ربي صل عليه وسلم. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളെല്ലാവരും തന്നെ യഥാസ്ഥാനത്ത് ഇരിക്കണം. കാരണം